On November the 28th, 2016, the glove case came out, featuring 17 weapons and the chance to unbox exceedingly rare gloves, instead of the usual knives from other cases. It also requires a glove-cased key to unlock. As usual, click on the weapon you'd like to know more about and mute this video if you don't like my talking. The P2000 Turf by Citizen is his second accepted skin, with the first being the Photic Zone PP Bison, back in the Wildfire case. On the workshop, this P2000 skin was originally called Sport. It's part of a collection of 6 skins, all with the same colour scheme. They all feature a non-slip rubber design, which is great for clumsy players. There's even a 3D SketchUp version that you can preview from all angles over on the workshop page. The Mag 7 Sona is the first accepted design from Medi, who has over 650 workshop skins. He describes the skin as an angular design with lines and a warped hexagonal underpattern, and every drop's appearance will be unique. It was originally called Malform, and there are currently 22 weapons in the collection, so we may see more in the future. Now the MP9 Sandscale by Damlel. It was originally called Bothinus on the workshop, and it's part of a collection of 25. I wonder why the names are changed from how they are on the workshop when they're approved by Valve. Altogether, Damlil has nearly 600 workshop submissions. This is the Black Sand Galil by MG Baz and Mals1. All of their workshop submissions contain a fist logo belonging to a fictional company known as Chain Industries, indicating that this weapon is part of the Chain Arsenal series. There are currently 6 different skin types within this: Bloody, Desert, Factory, Infiltration, Phantom, and Camo. The goal of this project was to have weapons with a simple design but with many details and consistency. The MP7 Cirrus is Vinny Vader's first accepted submission from the 11 he owns, but for this skin he worked with ClegFX, who already has 5 other accepted submissions. This skin is also known on the workshop as Pool Dead V2. I looked up the older one and it's the same as this one but red in colour. For some reason ClegFX isn't counted as a contributor in the original version. The Glock Ironwork by Legrand is the 4th skin of his to be accepted, which is pretty good going given that he's only made 21. Looking through Legrand's other entries, he seems like a flexible artist who's proficient in a number of different styles. This intricately detailed Glock was originally titled Dark Fall and is a one-off, standalone design that's part of no collection. I liked Spray Elite's comment over on the workshop page, who predicted that if it was accepted then it would either be red or pink. The CZ75 Polymer by G99 Factory is his 5th skin. Over on the workshop, this design is named Mainframe and it's part of a collection of 17 different skins sharing the same sort of pattern but in a number of colours. Most seem to be blue or green, but there are a few striking red, orange and purple ones too. None of these other ones have been accepted yet. Moving up to the restricted weapons now, starting with the USPS Cyrex by NextGen Z? One of those. Congratulations to him, this is his 10th accepted skin and the 4th from his Cyrex collection, all with the same distinctive black, red and white design. The others are the Scar, M4A1S and the SG553, so this is the first pistol to be accepted. The Nova Healer by Mo3H is his first accepted entry from over 450 skins. He has other similar skins, all under the Quilted collection. They're available in a variety of colours and all feature the same shiny snakeskin pattern. Strangely though, this is the only one that isn't called Quilted. I wonder if Valve decided on another name for this design and he changed the gun's name on the workshop to match it. Quite a few don't, and it makes my life harder. The M4A1S Flashback is Superior Weapon 2nd edition. He aimed for the grungy 60s look since a similar rifle was used back then. He has tried to cover the weapon in references that soldiers may have used. As the pattern gets worn, the design fades, but the writing and sprayed on symbols remain. By the way, Superior Weapons is the name of another fictional arms manufacturer, rather than a cocky statement about how good he is at making skins. But I guess it could be both. Next up is the G3SG1 Stinger by Nozza. It's part of the Viper collection, designed for assassins by what I assume is another fictional company known as Tox Industries. The collection currently consists of 3 Scout skins and 2 G3SG1s. It's his 2nd accepted skin, the other is also a G3SG1 known as Orange Crash, but he does also make skins for other weapons as well. Now for some very pretty Royal Consort Dual Berettas by Tio. These are his 6th accepted skin, and the 5th from his Royal collection, even though the skin was originally called Golden Venice. Apparently the handle is made of ornamental stone malachite and the top is decorated with oak leaves, with the centrepiece being a winged lion. Now onto the classified skins. First is the Wasteland Princess Sword Off by SA22. This is his 4th skin, and for once it actually keeps the same name as it has on the workshop. Although the Tribute collection it's part of only features 6 skins, 3 of them are now accepted, including a Glock and AK design. There's also a plastic version of the Sword Off, which looks the same as this wooden design but with a black handle and pump. This is the P90 Shallow Grave by Hoxton. He wanted this skin to be darker and more edgy than most other accepted entries. He based this design around a horned skull, complementing it with metal and cryptic symbols. The more worn versions of this design look the same, but the metal is browner and rustier. Most of the details remain the same. Hoxton does a few weapons, but most of his workshop is for stickers, including a one-shot, one-kill entry, which has also been accepted. The FAMAS Mecha Industries is Coyote's third skin, though he also worked on the 3 cartel skins that were accepted from Room on Fire's workshop. This weapon comes complete with a lovely little YouTube video showing its state-of-the-art features. Apparently it's 28% lighter than the regular skin, which is surely an unfair advantage. If the design looks familiar, that's because there's already an M4A1S version that was part of the Gamma case. Hanzo also lent a hand in making the skin, but he hasn't been online in over 80 days, so he might not even know that it's been accepted yet. And lastly, the 2 Covert skins. First is the M4A4 Buzzkill by DazDaz. This M4 required 92 hours of hard work across 7 different programs and was inspired by post-apocalyptic and sci-fi styles. He designed this weapon to be used by a secret division of the Sector, who apparently carry out the secret orders of the state. This is his second accepted skin, the other being the Yellow Jacket CZ75, which shares a very similar colour scheme. And finally, the SSG-08 Dragonfire by Puffin. On its workshop page it features a very flashy trailer that was released over a year ago and has now amassed nearly 75,000 YouTube views. It's Puffin's 4th accepted CSGO skin, but both he and Andrew Helenek work primarily with Dota 2 and have had huge amounts of success getting a ton of items into the game. And I mean like dozens and dozens of them. And that's it for this video. Sorry about the abrupt ending last time. It won't happen again.